24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. They begin the drive on the ground with Mack, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. On 2nd and 12, Luck. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play there for Indy. 51 yards.
He's crossing. He's checking crap. What's the odds? 11.
Luck on first down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Check three.
They'll go back to Edwards on first down. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Here's 2nd and 8. Washington's got it. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Come on now. Check. Fresno. Sit. Mine's 50. I'm coming out.
2nd and 10. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 38-yard line. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. He gets this one to Johnson. A gain of 6 there on first. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
2nd and 4. Ebron with it over the middle. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 12-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Red.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. Now it's Edwards. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. And they're trying
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner able to record his 5th sack of the season.
But enough to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 16. Starting the drive with a give to Mack. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. And he's got his man Hilton. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves him from a 3 and out. Now Williams. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
A shotgun snap for Love. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
Check. 12.
On 1st and 10, Love. That's complete to Robinson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Locke. Gonna throw right side here, complete. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Hey, Zoo.
From the red zone now, Locke. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. This is Hyatt, and he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. It's a pickup of 2, and that's good enough to just about write a finish to this one.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Trying to regain. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now a desperation throw, deep depth. This is caught at the 20. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Extra point now by Boswell. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. So they'll line up for the onside kick. 18 seconds to go. And this is going to be recovered by the hand team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
He's going to let this go end zone for Hilton. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Five.
Luck going to throw it. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that, but also you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Indianapolis, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands.